welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jordan, and today we are making some pumpkin cookies. Okay, so I know it's only August, but I'm ready for some pumpkin flavor and pumpkin smells in my home, and I thought the kids wanted some cookies. Why not make them the pumpkin cookies? So I found a recipe on Pinterest. I will have it linked in the description box for you. They are brown butter pumpkin snickerdoodle cookies. Sounds delicious to me. So I'm going to show you all of the ingredients that you're going to need to make these pumpkin cookies. Okay, I have all of my ingredients out and ready to go. We're going to need flour, sugar. We've got some brown sugar. Obviously, we're going to need some canned pumpkin. We're also going to need baking soda, cream of tartar, salt, pumpkin pie spice, vanilla extract, 2 sticks of butter, 2 eggs. I'm pretty sure the recipe says we're just using the egg yolks though, but we will double check that. We are also going to need some cinnamon, and I thought just for fun, we'll throw in some cinnamon chips. I was gonna do white chocolate chips, but I couldn't find them. Maybe I don't have them. I thought I did, I don't know. I have cinnamon chips though, so we're gonna use some of those. Okay, so the first step is to preheat my oven. I got it preheated to 350. Now we are going to brown our butter. If you've never done that before, it is super easy. We're just gonna do it on the stovetop. All right, I was gonna use a saucepan, but this one was already out, so I'm gonna use this one. Don't mind my super well-loved pan. We make a lot of quesadillas in this pan. Okay, I have my heat on medium-high heat, and we are just going to melt these down and let them simmer a little bit until there's some little brown bits in there and it smells delicious. You definitely don't want to walk away because we don't want to burn this. All right, I'm regretting my decision to use this pan. Use a saucepan because it's making a big old mess. And I turned my heat to medium because it's popping. Still gonna work in this pan, it's fine. It's just gonna make a mess. Now that it is all melted, it is bubbling really well, still popping a lot and making a mess, but that's fine, it's my fault. It's getting foamy, which is what you want. We're just gonna stir it around because I don't want it to burn. And it's gonna take a few minutes to get a nice brown golden color. Okay, we're getting there because I am starting to see it's turning a little golden. It's definitely not quite there, but I think from what I remember at this point, it goes pretty quickly. So it's very foamy, which is normal. And if you can see, it's starting to get brown. The recipe said that we cannot use this butter, obviously, right off the stove. So, oh, see, it's turning brown. Okay, so I'm gonna remove it from the heat because I don't want to burn it. As soon as you start seeing it brown, we're gonna take it off. All right, I've removed it from the heat. Don't mind my stove being all dirty. I'm not used to an electric stovetop. I'm used to gas, and so cleaning this thing is a beast. All right. We're going to try and transfer this hot liquid, oh gosh, to a measuring cup. Make sure you use one that can take the heat. See all these brown bits? That's deliciousness. So you want to get all of that, hopefully you can see, all of that into our measuring, or our, whatever you have, a cup, something, so that this can go in the fridge. All right, this is what we're left with. It smells nutty and warm and delicious. It smells so good. If you've never used brown butter in your recipes before, it's a game changer. So I'm gonna pop this in the fridge. It says to stir it about every 20 minutes for an hour, which I didn't think it was gonna take that long to make these cookies, but I guess it is. and they're gonna be worth it, and it's fine. So I'm gonna pop this in the fridge, and then we have another step that we need to do before we can start putting the cookies all together. All right, I had to bust out the apron because that butter was popping everywhere and I didn't want it to get on my beautiful workout clothes. I should have changed, but I didn't. I'm sorry that you have to look at me in my workout clothes, but that is what it is. It's fine. So the recipe that I clearly did not read the instructions before starting this video. It's a little more intricate and detailed than your typical cookie recipe. Okay, we're gonna open up our can of pumpkin and measure out 2/3 cup of this, and we're gonna put it on a paper plate, and we're gonna put it in a flat layer, and then we're gonna put some paper towels on it to dry up some of the moisture. So let's do that. All right, I know that I've had to do this in another recipe that I've made, but I can't remember what that recipe was. So we're just gonna take some of the moisture out of the pumpkin, 2/3 of a cup. And don't worry, I'm not gonna throw this pumpkin away. We will find something to put it in. And now we're just going to put it all out in a single layer. And it says we're gonna do this a couple of times, so we're going to pat it with a paper towel. All right, and then we're gonna mix it up one more time. You just mix it up and then lay it back flat and do it one more time. And then I'm just gonna let it sit with the paper towel on it to keep absorbing any moisture while my butter is cooling off. Finally time to start making our cookie dough. I have my pumpkin that we have dried. I have my cooled brown butter, which I'm telling you, it smells so good. It smells so good. And then I already have my 2 egg yolks ready to go. I've measured out my little ingredients, like my spices, cinnamon, baking soda, and cream of tartar. I have that all measured out, ready to go. I just need to measure my sugars and my flour. I've got my bowl. Let's put this pumpkin cookie dough together. Okay, we're gonna start by measuring our sugars. So I'm gonna get my white sugar and my brown sugar. I will have the recipe for these cookies linked in the description box. It's not a hard recipe, but it's definitely a little more time consuming than your average chocolate chip cookie recipe. But I think it's gonna be well worth it. Okay, I have my brown sugar and white sugar. Now I'm going to add in our brown butter. Look at all of those brown bits. That is what makes that nutty smell. It smells so good. Anything with brown butter in it. So yummy. And we're just gonna whisk these together. Now that we have our butter and sugars mixed together, we're gonna add in our pumpkin. It's definitely a lot thicker than it was right out of the can because we took out some of that water. Even after drying it a few times with the paper towels and mixing it, as I let it sit there, it was still soaking up a lot of moisture. And then we're gonna add in our 2 egg yolks. I busted one of mine, so I need to scrape it all out. Okay. I forgot to add in the vanilla extract, so I'm going to do that real quick, and then we're going to add in our dry ingredients. Okay, I'm gonna switch to my spatula, I think. And before I forget, I'm gonna add in some of these cinnamon chips. You could leave these out. You can add white chocolate chips. You could add chocolate chips. You do whatever you want to do. Okay. This smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge while I get my pans ready because it's a really soft, sticky dough and we're gonna have to roll it into balls. And I don't think that's gonna work until it has sat in the fridge for a little bit. So I will see you back here in a minute. All right, my cookie dough is chilled just enough for me to be able to handle it. My oven is hot. I also have my cookie scoop and this is sugar and cinnamon. So these are technically snickerdoodles. If you hear some munching in the background, I have a little helper with me that is eating a honey bun. So he had to come down for a snack. All right, we're going to, I lined my cookie sheets with parchment paper just because that makes for such easy cleanup. And we're just going to roll our cookies in the cinnamon sugar and pop them on our pan. Just like that. I baked these cookies for exactly 11 minutes. I think anywhere between 10 and 12 minutes is going to be the sweet spot on these cookies, but you check them when you need to check them. Every oven is different. I hope you like this video. I highly recommend this recipe. Like I said, I'm going to have it in the description box for you. You definitely need to try these. These are an absolute hit. The extra time it took to drain the moisture off of the pumpkin and to brown the butter was absolutely worth it in my opinion. So I hope that you try this recipe. If you do, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will see you on my next one. Bye guys.